What's going on today, guys? We're back today for another YouTube video. Today's video is going to be just a tutorial on how to properly wash your vehicle. And in this video we are going to be using just some stuff that we have from Walmart. And then since my truck is ceramic coated, there's going to be one thing that you probably may not recognize, but other than that we're going to try to keep this simple, so then you all can just go to Walmart, grab you some pretty good supplies, and get your truck or car looking new again. We're gonna go ahead and go over all of that for you. So the first item will be a pressure washer, and this is optional if you are using a foam cannon attachment to spray your truck down with soap. This is not optional. You will need this, electric or gas. Our second piece of the puzzle, as said, would be a foam cannon attachment, and you can pick these up on Amazon. I don't know if AutoZone or anyone carries them yet, but I'm sure they will. This one was like 18 bucks. I've had it for a little bit over a year and it's worked perfectly fine. I had pretty much the same exact one off of Amazon for a little bit over 2 years before that one gave out on me. So for $17, you can pick that up pretty cheap. Next up on the list is a 12-quart bucket, or a bucket of any size. You need two of them. One will be filled with clean water, the other one will be filled with soapy water. And you will use the two-step wash bucket method. Any good soap, and Walmart actually does carry Chemical Guys products now, so pick up a good soap for your foam cannon or for your bucket. And then next will be the degreasing part, the decontamination parts of the undercarriage and the fender wells and the tires and wheels. So we use this to spray on the tire itself, and I use a mixture of this and soap to spray on the rims. I just have stock wheels, so I'm not going to get too tedious with them. If we were cleaning like a set of polished wheels like American Forces or Fuel Forged, I would have a little bit different method. But just for the old stocks, this will do pretty good, along with the foam from the foam cannon and a separate wheel washing mitt. And this is also just an all-purpose cleaner. It says that it makes dirt cry, so if you hear any crying during the video, that's just the dirt. And we're going to spray that up in the fender liners, the fender wells, a little bit on the frame, you know, just all the visible areas. You can get wild with this stuff. It's awesome. I've used it for literally like 6 years cleaning vehicles. And next, the best bang for buck tire shine. I'm sure some people disagree. It says that it doesn't sling, but if you spray the shit on there and then drive off, it's gonna sling. I'm pretty sure like any tire shine will sling if you just spray it on there and then drive off, except for Blue Magic. I have actually used that and it doesn't sling. But as far as stuff from Walmart, like we're doing for this video, new turtle wax is like $3 and something, and if you spray it on there, rub it in with one of these, and then finish it off with a microfiber and just wipe it down, it ends up looking awesome. We don't want it to look like you have clear coat all over your tires. Unless you like that, then you can spray it on there, wipe it down with this, and do not finish it off with this, and it will be a little bit more shiny. And then after the wash method, we will drive the truck and dry most of it off. And then if you have a ceramic coated truck, you can go in there with a microfiber and some CarPro Reload, or Geon makes like a topper. These are just ceramic coating toppers that you can spray just to top off your ceramic coating. Or if your truck is not ceramic coated, you will just use like a quick detailer or whatever to get rid of any water spots, etc. And then, as I said, this is a ceramic coat topper, so this would kind of take place of a paint sealant or a wax. So if your truck or car is not ceramic coated, then just take this and just imagine that it's not even there, like I didn't even say anything about it. So after the washing is done, then you want to protect the paint, of course, especially if you've done any clay barring, but we'll save that for another video. But yeah, so you want to go in with a wax or a paint sealant. This one is also from Walmart. It's just a hard shell wax. I personally like the Jet Seal and the Butter Wet Wax. Super easy to apply. And on here it says up to 12 months of protection. Also, I forgot to mention, if you have a taller vehicle like a truck or a big lifted truck or just a car and you want to just be like right on top of it, get you one of these stands, and you can throw some grip tape on top of it, but I'm yet to slide off of it, but you might see that in this video. Hopefully not, but yeah. So we have our bucket of soap, have our bucket of clean water, the wash mitt. Now the first step, subscribe to my YouTube channel. The first step is to fire up your pressure washer, and we are just gonna completely hose down the whole truck. Just completely soak it down, get all of like the thick stuff off of the bottom. We wanna spray up in here. You can see we went through rainstorms, dirt, road grime, everything. Spray the wheels off, spray the roof off, spray everything off just with water, just getting the bulk of it off. You don't want to get like this close to your paint with the pressure washer if you don't already know that. So let it begin. Then what you want to do is come in with your degreaser of choice, tire and wheel cleaner. Also works great for the fender liners. This is mix 50 spray power and 50 Meguiar's wheel and tire cleaner. So you just want to come in here, soak everything down real good. Don't get it on the paint. Anything black, anything powder coated, anything plastic, you can soak her down. Same thing with the tires. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this on camera, but it's turning brown. It's all of the road grime and everything being lifted away from the tire. See all the brown stuff coming off? And like I said, I mean, you can spray this on your rims. I usually don't. I just use the foam cannon and a separate wash mitt. So go ahead and spray all of your fender liners and your tires down. And then we can clean the wheels. And depending on how bad your fender liners are, whenever you're spraying this in your tires, you may want to come in there and scrub them with just a little brush. Just any soft bristle brush will work. So just keep that in mind. Okay guys, now that you have everything sprayed down with the degreaser, everything pressure washed underneath, and the tires cleaned and pressure washed, I just use this small little microfiber wash mitt for all the wheels. If I was washing a truck with like American Forces or something, I would use a wash mitt just like I use on the paint, but for these stocks this works awesome, and you can get in here into all the crevices and stuff a little bit better. So you just want to go in here and pretty much just scrub everything down with the soapy water. And of course these aren't a forged wheel, so there's no certain direction or anything. These are just clear coated wheels to my knowledge. I could be totally wrong. Comment and tell me that I'm wrong in the comments if I'm wrong. But I guess these are just clear coated, like polished wheels. I really don't even know. They're just stock wheels off Facebook Marketplace, boys. So after you get them cleaned down, wiped pretty good, you just want to come in here with the pressure washer and stay a little bit far away just so we don't risk hurting anything with the pressure washer. Once you have the fender liners and the undercarriage cleaned, however you want to do that, if you want to put the truck on jack stands and degrease everything, do some touch-up work while you're under there, whatever you want to do. But once you got that done and the wheels and tires cleaned, you are ready to start on the paint. So now that we are ready to start on the paint work, you always wash from top to bottom. So like that line right there on the truck is kind of what I'm calling the bottom. That's where the dirtiest area is. All of the stuff off the road get thrown up by the tires. We're gonna go ahead and do the roof first. Now that we have the roof and the back window done, we're gonna go ahead and start with the upper half of the whole truck on this side, along with the hood and the front bumper. So we're gonna go ahead and foam it down and always wash from top to bottom, then rinse it off. This side will be done and we'll go on to the tailgate. Same thing on the other side. so now that we have the truck completely soaked down, we are going to go ahead and start on the upper half like I said. So we are just going to go in straight lines back and forth. You don't want to go in circular motions just to prevent some swirling and scratching. What I like to do is after I get each panel done, I want to go ahead and dip into the clean water bucket. Cool. Rinse off the wash mitt really good and then go into your soap and just continue on. Just working in straight lines. Just like washing it, you want to rinse from top to bottom as well. So start up high and rinse all the way down. So now that we have this whole side of the truck done, we're going to go ahead and do the front windshield, the hood, grill, and front bumper. Now we are going to go in and clean the tail lights on both sides, the rear bumper, and this is optional if you want to degrease the rear axle. You can get right here and shoot that with the degreaser and pressure wash that off. Like I said, go from top to bottom. Obviously the rear bumper is dirtier than the top of the tailgate, so you want to do the dirtiest stuff last. You don't want to like start up here and then mix it into the paintwork. This is a whole lot more durable than the paint is, so obviously this stuff is going to withstand the scratches and micro marring and hazing a lot better than the paintwork will. So we're going to go ahead and foam this down and spray it and then wash it and rinse it. To achieve thick studs like this, the dilution ratio that I use on the foam cannon, so I'll fill it up to right at about 75% with water, and then the rest I fill it up to the top line with the Suds soap, with the Maxi Suds from Chemical Guys soap, or any soap of your choice. So now that this is washed off, go ahead and rinse it off. And then same thing on the other side, and I will catch you after I get the other side done. Now that you have washed your truck or car, it is time to dry it. From where this truck is ceramic coated, we will be using some earmuffs, and we will be touch-free drying it with compressed air with a blowgun. If you do not, then you want to use a very plush microfiber and some quick detailer, and just dry and wipe the whole truck with the quick detailer and a super plush microfiber. Have the paint dried off completely. I'll be using CarPro Reload, and we're just going to mist down this panel just to top off the ceramic coating. We're going to wipe it in, flip the towel over, buff the excess off, make sure there's no streaks or nothing. Same thing goes with any quick detailer. You want to spray a little bit on the rag first, and then soak the panel down pretty good and wipe it down until it's dry. Buff it with buff the excess off with the extra microfiber towel. And then your end result should look something like this. now we are finished with the paint. We just have to move on to the tire shine, and I will show you all how to apply that in the best way that I can get this particular brand to turn out. Okay, so this particular tire shine right here from Walmart, the best way that I can get it to turn out is you just spray it down pretty heavily, and it will cause run marks and everything and not look very good unless you do it the way that I'm showing you. Obviously you want the tire to be completely dry, so spray it down pretty heavily like that. And then same thing in the fender liners and everywhere, you want to spray it down pretty heavily, and then we're just going to let that sit there for a little while. And after you get done with this, you know, obviously don't dry your wheels and stuff, especially if you have stalks, because it's going to get completely soaked. So if you don't want the tire shine on your wheels, obviously be more careful than I just was, but I'm just going to be wiping that down anyway. And then we come in here, same thing, just kind of spray it evenly everywhere. But it kind of makes like run marks, but you just want to leave it alone for a little while and just let it sit there, and just kind of do that to everywhere. If you're not picky on the run marks and slinging, then obviously you can leave it, but I'm gonna let this sit here in the sun for probably about 3 or 4 minutes and just let that dry and bond onto the tire. Then we will come in with just this cheap tire shine applicator pad, sponge, whatever you want to call it, just from Walmart, and a dirty or clean microfiber, it doesn't matter. This is just going to be used on the fender liners and on the rubber. So after that's been sitting there and drying for a little while, you just want to take this, and this is just smoothing out some of the tire shine, if I can hang on to the damn thing. So you just want to smooth out some of those run marks on like the big flat areas, and then we will smooth out like all of the little picky areas, all of the lettering and stuff with the microfiber rag. So that's what it will look like after that. I think it turns out pretty good for $3 a can. Same thing for up in here. You just want to wipe all that stuff down, and then that will be clean and like new.